All right. Hello, Facebook. Just waiting to pop onto the gram right now. How was your Thursday? Okay, let's just get set. Let's just get set up. I think I'm on. Hello. I think I'm going to be competing with the Raptors game, and that's cool. You can come back and watch this. I'm just going to wait for you all to come in and say, hey, it's been a hot minute. I wasn't able to do Food for Thought last Thursday because I was giving a talk to parents and prepping. I had a huge project to deliver body positive and body confidence speeches, or just confidence in general, to grades 3 to 8 in a school last Friday. So I was just saving all my energy to deliver those talks, and here I am. I'm a little bit late because I just finished my parent support group from Hearst. Hey, Michelle. So I'm gonna say hey. When you jump on, say hey, tell me how's it going. I'm gonna bring the fire tonight. I kind of got like the sunset happening at the same time with my lighting, but that's cool. Hey Megan, I'll see you on Tuesday. I still don't know what I'm bringing. I need ideas for food. So hello everybody. How's it going, Michelle? Tell me what's up. Can you hear me and see me good? Let me know, because I'm not sure if my internet is giving me a hard time. And also, I kind of look like, what is it, this lights? Is this better? Hey girl, how's it going? Okay, so let me know if you hear me and see me good, and we're gonna get in the juice because we are already like 6 months out from 2020. This just blows my mind. Like 2020 is actually in less than 6 months. So I wanted to bring the fire and really help, reignite that passion, or whatever you want, that motivation, that inspiration to show up. Hey, hello. I have no idea who you are, but hello. Hey, Chantal. So here's the thing. For those who don't know me, because I do have a few new people on my page, welcome. I'm Crystal from feedthatglow.co. And hey girl. And I help women heal their relationship with food, body image, and money. I talk all things. I'm kind of cray, kind of passionate, multi-passionate. Hey, Agat, how's it going? Come in. Tell me how's it going. So listen, we are 6 months away from 2020. This is just like crazy. I don't know why my lighting seems so dark on the gram. Is it dark on the gram? Can you see me? So this is what it is. 2020 is coming. I want you to picture where you were 6 months ago when the clock was about to strike midnight, and how you were all fired up and jazzed up and was like, oh, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna do. You see me good, girl? Okay, sweet. And you hear me good? Awesome. I love when you guys give me the hearts. It's awesome. And hey, come in. So where were you right before the stroke of midnight? Where were you, like, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually? Where were you, right? Where were you dreaming? What were your goals? What was your word? I do a word every year. Where were you? And now, bring you back to the present moment. Boom, right here, right now. Where are you now? Are you where you thought you would be? Again, we're gonna do a little activity here. And I want you to just be honest with yourself, but with a massive dose of kindness, okay? Because I feel like, especially as women, I think I do have some dudes, but you're welcome. Come and join in the conversations with us. I feel like sometimes we're just super hard on ourselves, and that's not cool, okay? So you're going to notice with complete honesty, but massive dose of kindness, okay? So where are you right now? Are you anywhere near you thought you would be? What are your goals? What were your goals? What was inspiring you at that time? Because we have this thing with like New Year's. We think that life's just gonna change all over like this, stroke of midnight. We're like Cinderella. That doesn't happen. So here's the thing. I'm gonna bring the fire tonight. I want to talk about how to actually show up from a different perspective so that you can own these next 6 months and show up as you want to be, right? And show up in a different way, get after what it is you want. Like, I don't know what you want. You want to go back to school, you want to write a book, you want to start a business, right? You want to get out of debt, want to get healthy. And again, healthy is not just body, people, right? We're talking about mental health, emotional health, physical health, all the health. Where do you want to be, right? So I'm going to talk about the huge myth. I'm going to talk about a huge myth, and then I'm going to give you action steps, because I like that. Action steps of how you can actually show up and try something different. Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. And it's just like a fly, right? Everybody's here seen a fly get stuck in a window. They just keep knocking themselves in the window. They don't see that if they were to pull back, look at the bigger picture, they might find another door open, another window, another room that has more whatever they're looking for, right? So I want to bring that kind of awareness to you tonight. So the big myth I want to talk about is a lot of us believe that you have to have, do, and be. Meaning you have to already have the goal you want before you do it and then you become it. So example, people think to be healthy, you have to have it, you're going to do it, and then you're going to be healthy. Or to be, a business owner, an author, you want to write a book, you're just going to have it, you're going to do it, you're going to be it. It's false. It is false. You have to embody it, so you need to be. You need to put yourself in that position. And this is how I do it with my clients. I always tell them, whatever it is you're going, right? What do you want in life? What do you want? So once you know what your why is and you have that emotional charge, start looking around. Look around and think, like, how does that person do that? So if I'm an author, if I want to be an author, what do authors do? What do they do with their time? And then you start doing it. So you be it. So if authors give themselves goals of, write 300 words a day, then I'm going to start being that. I'm going to start showing up and fitting that into my schedule, right? If I want to be healthy, what do healthy people do? And again, ultimate health, right? What do healthy people do? Are they reading gossip magazines? Are they watching garbage on TV? Do they go to bed super late at night? Like, what do they do, right? And then you start applying those same habits. So do they walk in nature to clear their mind, right? You want to start a business. Cool. What do business people do, right? Start a business online, be an entrepreneur. Awesome. What do we do, right? What do we do? This is what we do. We show up. We start being it. We start getting in the messy practice. We be and we do, and then we end up having it. So this is the big disconnect. Is it's backwards the way people think. You don't have to have, do, and then become it. No, you have to be it. You need to be it. And how do you be it? You start looking at the people that are doing what you want. Not from a jealous perspective, by the way, right? You remove words like must be nice, you're so lucky, I wish I had that time. That doesn't exist, girlfriend. That does not exist. You instead say, wow, if that person can do it, I can figure it out too. Because here's the secret. We all have 24 hours in a day. We all get 168 hours in a week. What are you doing with yours? Just switch things around, right? So you look at what it is you want. You have to have that emotional charge of what it is you want. Then you start being it. You be, do, have, and you get in the practice of it. You can change at any time because guess what? You're not a tree. You're not stuck in whatever life you're living. You're not stuck in there. You're not a victim. You can pick yourself up and change your story. You can change your trajectory. You're not stuck based on your past. You're not stuck based on your current status. You're not. You get to choose. So I wanted to come on here tonight to just bring that fire, and now I'm going to give you 5 steps. So write that down. You have to be, do before you have it, right? Because let's put it another way. Right? A lot of you know that I was applying for that grant. I wanted to win that contest because that would have been so awesome. But I'm not at that place yet to receive that. I'm not. I still have lots of work to do. I'm still building this business online. I'm still, showing up as I need to be, but I'm still growing. So I'm not there yet, right? Or let's look at it from a relationship perspective. Maybe you're with somebody or you're not. It doesn't matter. But you can't if you're with somebody, let's do it like that. If you're with somebody and you're like, man, I wish my husband was like this. I wish my wife was like this. And you have all these lists of expectations in your life. No, it's you. You have to be it. You have to be that person for that other person. That's how it works. You attract it like that. You don't just sit there and say, well, they're going to give it to me first and then I'll give it back to them. Not at all, right? So it's about becoming, embodying it. Does that make sense? Like, tell me if you're feeling this. You have to be in that messy practice of it. You be it, right? So if you're not at that stage yet of receiving it, cool. That's amazing. You keep learning and growing, right? You're always winning in life, right? You're always winning at life and everything always works out in your favor, and what is meant for you cannot pass you. So you need to trust in that, and you need to trust that you'll figure it out, whatever it is that's happening. So write that down. It's be, do, have. Now, the first step you're going to do is that goes with this be, do, have, and is super, super important, is you have to change the internal, right? We are whole already. We are already whole. And a lot of us are looking at the external to fill us up internally, and that's where the disconnect is. You need to change on the inside. So if you have a belief that you're not worthy of love, and if you have a belief that you're not worthy of running a successful business, or if you have a belief that you can never get healthy, or you can't get out of debt, or whatever your belief is, and here it is, here's the thing with beliefs, loves, they're all subconscious. Beliefs are on our subconscious mind. It's in the subconscious level, and that's what makes us show up in our actions. So you need to do that work. You need to figure out, what beliefs do I have? Why do I keep repeating the things? Because we always repeat the same cycle, the same pattern, and then we get frustrated because we got the same outcome. So instead, go inside and say, what do I believe to be true to myself? What do I believe to be true of myself? Right? Is it something that somebody said to me when I was whatever? Is it something somebody said to me that I've now taken as my identity? And is this my truth? And you can drop it. Like, it doesn't have to be your truth. You can change, right? So you need to be really aware. What are my beliefs? Why do I keep repeating these things? So you have to change that belief work. I read something the other day. It blew my mind. It was about two twins. They came from an alcoholic father, two of them, okay? So there was twin brothers. They had an alcoholic dad. The first twin, we're gonna call him twin A, became an alcoholic. So when he was asked, well, why did you become an alcoholic? He said, well, what were my options? What were my options? Because my dad was an alcoholic, right? And then they asked twin B, why didn't you become an alcoholic? Because twin B didn't become an alcoholic. Twin A became an alcoholic and twin B wasn't. And twin B said, well, why would I? Like, what were my options? Of course, like, what other way was I supposed to live? So do you see how perspective changes everything? You do not have to be your story. You don't have to be your past. You don't have to be your current circumstances. You have that power to take over your perspective. That is always your power. So you don't have to take and own it as your identity, is what I'm saying. So you need to understand what your beliefs are. So twin A believed that was his story. That was his destiny. He had to become an alcoholic because his dad was an alcoholic. And twin B was like, I'm not no alcoholic. I'm going to do better. I want better for my life, right? And that was his belief. So do you see how beliefs are super powerful? And once you understand what your beliefs are, because you're doing the dirty work on yourself, you can change your whole life. You change your thoughts, you change your life. That's how it works. You cannot outperform the person you believe yourself to be deep down. You can't. So if you are a person who's like, man, I want to get out of debt. Man, I want to get out of debt, right? And we see this all the time. People who win lots and lots of money on lotteries, within years, they're back, if not worse than what they were. Why? Because they have a subconscious belief that they are not worthy of the money. They have some kind of a story, some kind of a money block around money. So once you understand that, you can change it. You can change it. So you cannot outperform who you believe yourself to be on the inside, because it's a disconnect. So once you understand that, you can do that work around that piece, right? And you can rewrite your story. It doesn't matter what your past says. You can change whatever it is, whatever cycle of abuse you've come from, whatever, you can change it. So that is step one, understanding, what do you believe to be true about yourself? What do you believe to be true about yourself? And do you still believe this to be true? Step two is, I read this analogy. It's from John Maxwell, and he calls it chopping the tree. So it's, you chop the tree. So let's say you have a tree in your yard, and you go out, and every day you do 5 hits. You hit it 5 times with your axe, okay? If it's a small tree, you might knock it down within a month. If it's a big tree, it might take something like a year. But the point is, you're consistently showing up. You're consistently taking those 5 hits. Another way to look at this is Simon Sinek has this cute little video. It's like 3 minutes long, and it's about the difference between intensity and consistency. So intensity is when you show up, something like, you show up at the gym and you go hard, okay? You cannot train like that all day because you would die, right? But if you consistently move your body for 20 to 30 minutes, right, a few times a week, you can change your body, right? So it's about the difference between intensity and consistency. Is a lot of people think I have to go all in, go really hard. I got to be intense. I got to be, all these things right now. Actually, no. If you were to just show up in the monotonous of it, when it sucks, you don't always feel like it, you just show up consistently, you change your life. And on that point, I have a free tool that you can grab. It's called Stack the Wins, and I teach you how to show up for yourself with that. So I'm not going to explain it anymore. Go grab it, feedthatglow.co, go on the freebies tab, Stack the Wins. It is what I've been using to actually show up in my goals, right? So there's that. So just think of that. Chopping the tree, you're showing up consistently. That is the secret sauce, right? Number 3, you have to understand why you're doing this, right? So what does your highest self or your future self have to do with this? If you cannot see that relationship, so if you can't picture yourself in the future, then you're gonna have some struggles, right? You're gonna just accept what's happening, and that's how it is. But if you can show up for your future self, then that is where you're going to actually show up when you're not always feeling it. We're talking about motivation here, just in case anybody didn't know. And you're gonna end up consistently doing it, right? So like it goes with number 2. So you are not broken. It's not like you were born without the motivation gene, okay? That's not a thing. Motivation is not a feeling, it's an action. So if you understand that, you can then hold yourself accountable to saying, okay, instead of binge watching like 5 hours of TV, maybe I can do 2, and I can take those extra 3 hours and do something else, right? So it's really having these hard talks with yourself, because is your future self gonna remember all the episodes of TV you've watched? Or is your future self going to remember the things that you've done, the memories you've done? Because trust me, I used to be addicted to TV, and I have not watched very much TV in the last few years because I did my time on it. And I realized all those years of watching Housewives and everything, I don't remember anything, right? But I remember other things that I've done with my time and the memories I've created and the relationships I've built. That's a little bit more important to me, right? You do you, girl. But I just want you to understand, like, it's not that you're lazy. Stop telling yourself you're lazy. That's a belief. You have to stop using language that's disempowering, because then you're going to show up in it. So instead, you're tired, I understand. But also, if you do something, whatever that something is, do something that fills you up. Do you like dancing, knitting, drawing, singing, reading, whatever? Give yourself that time to fill up your motivational buckets, and you're gonna have energy, and you'll show up in a different way, and you won't feel so drained all the time. I work with so many women that's what they're telling me. I'm so tired. listen, you need to take yourself accountable and you need to show up, right? So yes, sometimes you're tired, you still do the thing. You get up and you go do it. So play with that talk, because your brain is not meant to make you happy. Your brain wants you to sit and just chill, because it wants to save calories to keep you alive, right? It thinks that there's like a saber-toothed tiger or something that's going to come and eat you. So you have to go against your brain, right? It's like that 5-second rule. Who has that? The 5-second rule. Oh, I forget her name. I didn't read her book, but the 5-second rule is you have 5 seconds before your brain tells you, no, that's a bad idea. Sit here. Let's just do this. It's comfortable. Just sit here, right? No, go against that. That's how you show up for yourself. Number 4, let's practice delayed gratification. We live in a time, I was gonna grab my other phone, but it's charging, where when you open up a web page, if it takes like more than 5 seconds, we're losing ourselves. We're like losing our shit. So you need to tell yourself delayed gratification, right? Or you're waiting in line for your coffee and you're like, oh, right? Delayed gratification. This needs to be part of your everyday, because again, just like chopping the tree, that consistency, the more you practice it, the more you practice that patience, you're gonna show up in it. Here's part of my delayed gratification. So we can go there with the money and everything. I'm like open, I'm on a journey to debt free, because hello. So delayed gratification for me looks like this. I have my cash envelopes, which I got from the Budget Mom, by the way, and that's how I do my thing. And guess what? A lot of them are empty right now, and my page just next week. So I gotta make do, right? I don't swipe. I have to make do. So that to me is delayed gratification. It's doing what others won't now, so you can live like others can't later, right? And I think that's a Dave Ramsey quote, but it's applicable to anything. Delayed, oh, it's Mel Robbins. Yes, Mel Robbins, the 5-second rule. I never read her book, but I've heard some TED Talks, amazing. So that's the thing, right? Practicing that delayed gratification. You are doing something for your future self. I'm doing something for my future self. She told me that by the time I get to be like in my 60s, girl, you better not have debt, right? She told me, don't you dare show up in your 60s with debt. So I'm like, I got you, girl. I got you, girl. You know, I see those pretty shoes. They don't fit my budget, right? It's about practicing that delayed gratification. You can apply that with anything. So you're writing a book, write your book. Show up, do the consistency, write 300, 400, 500 words every single day. Write your damn book, right? You're not gonna have it overnight. You wanna get healthy, you wanna start eating healthier, going to the gym, moving your body. Show up in it, right? You're not going to have a massive physical change. I know we see a lot of those on the internet, and this is where I want you to like blinders on. Those transformations don't always last, because sometimes there's things that people don't know that these people are doing behind the scenes to get to that point, right? Is it healthy? I don't know. I didn't see it happen. Did you? Right? When I was prepping, I was training hours on end. I can't do that now, right? So you have to put your blinders on and show up with the delayed gratification. Eat the damn salad. Walk a few times a week, right? Say nice things to yourself. Stop beating yourself up over the food you ate. Like, delayed gratification. You need to practice that. And number 5 is, this one I think is super important. You need to be in the messy practice of it. Life is messy, man. You need to be in the messy practice of it. Too many of us are trying to live from perfection. And you know what perfection actually is? That keeps you small. Perfection, like listen, man, we talk about changing language. Please stop saying you're a perfectionist. That is actually keeping you small. That is a limiting belief capping you, right? I want you to picture this is like a ceiling, and you can't go higher than that because you're using that label of perfectionism. No. Perfectionism is not a hat to wear. It's not something to be proud of, right? That keeps you small, because when you are trying to be perfect all the time, you're not going to practice anything messy that's going to help you grow, right? I'm actually, the book's over there. I'm actually doing the growth mindset books with Loic, right? And I have them on my podcast, and I'm going to drop that soon, from the Big Life Journal. And it talks about that, right? Because growth mindset, when you have a growth mindset, you understand that you're not going to know everything. You're not born knowing all the things. You got to practice. When you were little, you fell thousands of times before you were able to take even 2 steps. Thousands of times. You had a growth mindset. You believed in yourself. Somewhere along the way, we're not born perfectionists. Somewhere along the way, we attached our self-worth to doing things perfect, right? And if we know that things are not going to be perfect, we're not going to try. And this is what keeps you stuck. So if you want to grow in life and you want to take risks in life, because I am going to live my life on empty. When I leave this planet, I'm leaving on empty. I'm going to be on E, right? Gas, we're thinking of gas. I want to leave on empty. I want to go for all the experiences. I want to do all the things. I want to fall flat on my face. I don't care. I'm going to get back up. I trust myself to figure it out. That is growth mindset. You have to be in the messy practice for progress, right? It's messy practice for progress. And that's how you grow, right? Flowers grow in dirt. It's messy, right? Anybody who gardens, it's messy. So please stop using disempowering language like perfectionism, because perfectionism actually, what it is keeping you stuck. It's telling you, I'm afraid of what other people are going to think of you, right? I'm afraid, so I'm just going to say I'm a perfectionist. When actually, you're just afraid of what other people think of you, so you're not living in your authentic self. You're not being authentic, right? You're not showing up with who it is you want to be. So let's see, any questions? I just gave it to you straight. And some days it goes well and others, yes. And that, I love that you said that, Chantal. So she wrote, some days it goes better than others, but you always pick yourself back up. And this is so important, because when you're coming from the messy practice for progress, you'll pick yourself up faster. Anybody who's ever said, "Oh, I'm off plan, I'm off the track, I fell off the track, whatever it is, I fell off the wagon," they're trying to be perfect. They're trying to be the all or nothing, right? So you're either all in or you're all out. And then you beat yourself up because you were all in. Now you're all out. Instead, you could just be like, I'm human. I'm showing up. I'm here for all the messy experiences. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. And this is how you're going to show up differently and own the rest of 2020. You have to be in that messy practice. You need to do the internal work inside, right? What do you believe to be true about yourself? That is the reflection of your life right now. What you believe to be true about yourself is why you're living the way you're living, right? That's the truth. So if you don't want that to be your truth anymore, then change it, right? You have that power to change it. Nobody else has it for you. I could give you all the answers. You have to be the one that does the work. You have to be the one that believes that you're already worthy to receive all it is that you want. And guess what? Abundance and wealth and health is your birthright. Why? Just think of it this way. We live in a world that is abundant in all things. Abundant in like trees, people, all the things, buildings, like everything. There's so much abundance. Wouldn't it be a cruel joke if I believe in God, you believe in what you want, God, universe, whatever, I call it the same thing? Wouldn't it be a cruel joke to say that you live in a world that's so abundant, but you can't have any? That makes no sense. You need to change this inside. You change internally for your external world to change. That's how it works. That is how it works. And how do you do that? You just show up. You start being. What does that person that you want that has that lifestyle or whatever it is, how do they live? What is it that they do? And you look at it from a perspective of not jealousy. Again, no jealousy. We more classy than that, right? No jealousy. Instead, you show up from a place of curiosity and do that introspection work. And then you start showing up as that person, not as that person, as yourself, becoming, right? Because we don't want a world of copycats. That's not true. So that is what I had for you ladies. I'm not sure if there's any other questions. Hey, Megan. I'm not sure if there's, I thought I said hey. Not sure if there's any other questions. Be the person you want to be today instead of one day I'll be. Oh my gosh, we got to put that on a t-shirt, Chantal. Yes. So Facebook fam, Chantal, just this like, mind blown. I think we dropped the mic right there. She wrote, be the person you want to be today instead of one day I'll be, right? because I hear that all the time. One day I'll be, one day I'll be. That is like the destination that you're constantly looking for happiness, that addiction to happiness destination, which is like, no, you get to choose it now, right? You get to choose who you want to be right now. So if you want to become a vegan, start being it now, right? If you want to get out of debt, go grab my Ditch the Debt free series, right? Start with envelopes. Start with cash. Cash diet is the only diet I believe in, by the way. The only diet, right? You want to be an author, start a new business, whatever. Go back to school. Start a new relationship. Improve your relationship. You start being it now. You choose right now, and it'll change your life. So that is what I have for you ladies tonight. Not sure if there's any more. This is gold, Chantal. This is gold. I don't know if you can go write that on my Facebook because the gram feed only lives for 24 hours. So if you could share it on like the Facebook one, it'll be there, and then I'll throw everything on YouTube. But this is what I have. Also a new episode. Well, actually it's not an episode of Project Glow Radio because I haven't been able to get any new episodes up, but I'm not sure if any of you heard the podcast that I did with Mindy, all about like learning to love yourself now so you'll love yourself later. We went deep. So I'm not sure if you heard it. Please go listen to it. I shared it on all the pages. Probably not in Ugram fam, but you could check it out on Facebook. Yeah, just let me know like what is up. Thanks, girl. Yeah, do that for me. So now I'm gonna get off because I've probably been talking a long time. And let me know, do you guys love to have food for thoughts on Thursday nights? Is that working for you? Because if you love food for thought on Thursday nights, I'm gonna keep this going. Yeah. And yeah, that is what I got. Thanks, Chantal. I can't wait till you put that post because it's amazing. We need to make t-shirts. It's awesome. Let's inspire each other. We got to build each other up and hold each other accountable and practice a lot of love and compassion with others and especially with ourselves. Yay, she put it up. Thanks, girl. I love it. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm off to bed. I got to get up early tomorrow. Zach's got a Remicade day. So we're up, hitting the road early. And yeah, people who are jumping on, just check out the replay, type replay, and I'll come back and give you some love. And this is what I have for you. Bye. Peace. I can't do this. It's been so long. Peace, love. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.